What's up guys, it's me deshon, and today we'll be talking about how to write the perfect protagonist. Now there are many examples of good protagonists, but today I really want to clarify on what makes the perfect one. As the reader or watcher, you're going to have one that you personally find the most interesting. For the most part, we all have different tastes in what we'd like out of our main character. Typically, you're personally just going to cling on to one and develop a favorite. But have you ever sat there and questioned why exactly this character was your favorite? In terms of that character's writing and design, what made it appeal to you specifically? And in a general sense, what makes most people enjoy this character? To really get a good understanding on what exactly it takes to make the perfect protagonist, I'm going to use a more generalized or well-known character such as Goku for an example, because he is actually a perfect protagonist. And it's not because Dragon Ball is mainstream. I feel like because of the popularity of this series, a lot of people don't really notice its qualities that it has beyond that said popularity. And when we look at a character like Goku, there is a reason why he is so loved amongst fans. If you're a subscriber of mine, you'd know that I value creativity more than anything when it comes to writing. And I'd argue this is probably the most important aspect, because creativity is what's going to make you stand out against your contemporaries. And despite being so mainstream and so popular, and in this case so old, to this day Goku still stands out because of that said creativity in both design and character writing. To give you an idea on how masterful this creativity is, I've broken down Goku's character design in order for you to see the bigger picture on what his central idea is, what his overall identity is. Outside of being just Sun Wukong on a surface level, there's way more to the design than meets the eye. Despite not being the most original concept, because Toriyama took an already pre-established idea and based his character off of it, his creativity is what makes it so refreshing. And this would be due to the many inspirations behind Goku's character. From him being similar to the Wolfman, because during a full moon he would turn into said creature, an Uzaru. That same transformation would also take inspiration from a kaiju. He took the basic idea of the Wolfman, but rather than turning into a werewolf, Goku would turn into a giant kaiju. Now, if that doesn't sound genius by itself, I don't know what to tell you. This one piece sounds like the coolest shit you've ever heard of, but there's even more to this character. Goku would be Sun Wukong, but he'd also be the Wolfman, a kaiju, martial artist, alien, and on top of that, a superhero. And each of these aspects of his character design would play a part in his overall writing. From the narrative plot points of Goku being a Saiyan and how it plays into him becoming a Super Saiyan, and it being one of the aspects as to why he enjoys to fight. It's in the nature of a Saiyan to enjoy fighting. And this same alien side of him is what would lead to that aspect of him being a kaiju, and how, because of him being a kaiju, he would unfortunately kill his father, Grandpa Gohan. Then him also being an alien would tie into him being a martial artist, because him naturally being a Saiyan and wanting to fight would help him become a stronger martial artist. But not only this, him being a martial artist would have its own plot point, with Goku following his pride as one. Now, earlier I mentioned that Goku is a superhero. That would be one of his aspects as a character. The other interesting part about this is that he's not necessarily a superhero. There is an interesting twist on that. He just so happens to take the role of a superhero as he follows his pride as a martial artist. These two roles play with each other, his martial artist aspect and his superhero aspect, and it makes a brand new idea. When you take these brand new ideas and put it all in a pot, you come up with a giant brand new character and or concept, and that's what makes Goku so entertaining. And when you take these same concepts and incorporate them into a story, you can make brand new narrative elements, such as Goku unintentionally being a superhero because he's a martial artist. He accidentally takes that role. He's not per se a superhero, but he takes the role of one. And that is an aspect of his character. To put things in the simplest terms possible, Goku is 4 different characters in one. And this is what makes his character design so special. He's an alien that knows martial arts, a werewolf, and Sun Wukong all in one. Each of these characters all combined and do something towards the narrative and make a brand new idea. You would be surprised how, despite Goku is based off of Sun Wukong, the amount of people that do not know that. Because that's how good of a job Akira Toriyama did when it came to being creative and innovative with his inspirations. Toriyama is so creative that despite how popular Goku is, people still do not realize that he is Sun Wukong, even though it is on the nose because of how good of a spin it is on his character. So when it comes to writing the perfect main character, you could create something brand new and amazing just like this. And to get more complex with it, we take all these aspects of Goku, right? You take one of those aspects and make a brand new interesting twist. So Goku is all of these things. But then Toriyama would take the superhero idea, the superhero character that is a part of Goku that makes up his character as a whole, and he does a plot twist. Let's make him a superhero, but not actually a superhero. Now recently, I've read one of my subscribers' mangas. Please check it out. I will leave a link to the manga in a pinned comment down below in the comment section. Big shout out for Dreaming for You and his manga Into This Planet. Now, when I was reading this manga, I'm a big fan of Blame. And I couldn't help but see the inspirations in Blame in the manga. And, you know, that's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing because Blame is a very successful manga. But I would like to say that it's better to make things more interesting. What could you add on to an already successful manga? When I look at his main character, I couldn't help but feel like he was just like Killy. I enjoy Killy as a character, and some people might want to see more of Killy through someone else's perspective and writing. But to make this main character that is clearly inspired off of Killy a lot more interesting, what if you were to add more layers? Add more ideas from other things that you like to make something brand new. Just like Goku, despite being based on Sun Wukong, and just like your main character, despite being somewhat based off of Killy, if you were to add these layers, other aspects from entertainment and other characters that you'd like, you'd come up with something brand new, and you would like it even more because you're just adding more things that you already like on top of that character. This is exactly what Akira Toriyama did with Goku. He added aspects from other things that he liked, such as Superman. You know, we all know that Akira Toriyama likes Superman. He constantly referenced him in Batman in his original manga, Dr. Slump. He took aspects from Superman, the Wolfman, tokusatsu films and movies, with the kaiju aspect. And then he took martial arts movies, similar to like Drunken Master and other martial art films from that nature, and all put that in one big swirling pot and made one of the greatest characters in fiction. Now just imagine if you were to do the same exact thing with this basis that you have your character being somewhat like Killy. A gunslinger version of Guts from Berserk. You know, we've never seen a sci-fi take on Guts from Berserk. Now you add that Killy aspect, you add some maybe like Kilo from Syndicate or any other sci-fi things. Like, you know, we could look at the main character from System Shock. He's a hacker, you know. Shodan's all like, oh, hacker, da-da-da-da. You know, you could add some very cool, brand new ideas onto the character that you already have and make them innovative. Add some Luke Skywalker in there, any other character from Star Wars. You could do anything. Like, you can take things from side characters, add them onto a main character and make a brand new thing. It's just a matter of what you like and what you want to do with the character outside of the basis that you'd already have. Make it different, innovative, and creative. And then the more complex version, the more complex aspect that you could add on top, you take that original idea and twist it. And you have plot twists, then you have, you know, character moments that you can add on to what you already have pre-established with your character's design, and it all complements each other and makes a brand new story. How would this specific environment affect this Killy Berserker? You know, he's all quiet, but the moment you make him mad, that's when you get more interesting details on his characters. Maybe he like all quiet, but when he's mad, that's when he finally expresses himself and talks. You get in these lines of dialogue can add on to that character. And again, you don't have to make it just like Guts. Again, Gunzerker. What if we had a guy that was like Guts, but he flipped around and used guns? Angry ass guy with guns. You don't see that every day. You know, you could add that trigger finger aspect, like itching to like kill something, onto the character. And look, I'm coming up with plot ideas off the dome like it's nothing. And if you were to do this and sit there and take your time, you could come up with the perfect main character. That's all it takes. Just don't be generic with it and don't be so on the nose. If you're gonna take inspiration, you have to do something different with it. Again, the thing that makes Goku so amazing, he's based off of Wukong, and it's obvious he is, but it's so creative in the way Akira Toriyama did it. Some people don't even know, and they can't even pinpoint it, despite it being based off of that said thing. If you can do that and people cannot tell, that's how you know you're doing it right. Now, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I could help you guys with your writing and character creation. Let me know what you guys think about my advice and other things that you'd like for me to cover in terms of writing anime and manga in the comment section below, and I will gladly help with that. If you guys want to send mangas or even scripts to me, whatever you got, I will gladly review it and give advice. With that, I'm out. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to donate or whatever, you got the shit right down here. And y'all take it easy.